What's up guys, it's SRC bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. This time it's a domination match on the map Arkaden. And today I wanted to try out the PM9 SMG. I've heard that it is just absolutely terrible. It's by far the worst SMG in the game. And I've actually seen videos from other commentators saying that it is hands down the worst gun in the game. Which, you know, I found hard to believe just after watching their videos and seen how bad like the M16 is and how bad the LMGs are and how bad some of the sniper rifles can be. So I didn't really agree with that. So I kind of wanted to give it a try for myself. I think when I first got the game, I did play a game or two with this gun, and it wasn't very good. But now that I have quite a bit of time in this game, I understand the maps and have played quite a bit. I just wanted to go back and kind of give it another review and see what I thought of it. And this gun is actually not that bad. I, certainly wouldn't rank it above a lot of the other SMGs, but it doesn't trail behind by much. And that's something that came as a big surprise to me. And in this game, what I wanted to do, I was really just having fun. I wasn't trying to get, great gameplays. It was wrapping down to the end of the night. We've been playing for a while. I wasn't really feeling like, playing real serious, I guess. And so we wanted to win the game, of course. And, what my objective was here is to just get into as many gunfights as possible, because that's really the best way to give a gun a fair review or a fair critique, is to just obviously use it. So I wanted to get into as many gunfights as I can. And so in this game, I'm not playing cautious at all. I'm just running around, just trying to find people, basically. And I do it really recklessly, and I die quite a bit. I think I died, 28 times or something ridiculous in this game. But I did lead the leaderboard. We did win the game, and that's really all that matters. And, again, wasn't very cautious. I get sniped by a guy laying on the top of the stairs, and here I can't even run around a sign. So, but with this gun, it's a little bit kind of odd to get used to, just because it feels like you're running with a machine pistol, and you just have this one weapon in your hand. But it's definitely very agile, and you can move around really quickly with it. And it just feels like it pulls up to shoot really quickly too. And so that, I think, is an advantage that it has. And then the rate of fire on it is really great. I actually was running it in this game. I had only unlocked the kick proficiency and the red dot, and so that's what I'm using on this gun here. And, really just to get the points to level the gun up quicker. But, the rate of fire on it is so fast, it's really just a deadly weapon up close. And so if you can run into people and spray with it, it really just throws down a ton of bullets in a short amount of time. And that's something that's really powerful. I really like that about it. With rapid fire, and I did try it a game after this with rapid fire, the rapid fire is even more beastly if you're up close, but the added recoil and things that you get with the rapid fire, and then the fact that your clip size isn't very good, kind of make rapid fire not really worth it, I guess, because you do kill so fast. This is really hilarious right here. And just hopping around. I don't know how those guys didn't kill me. That was pretty ridiculous. It was kind of a neat sequence. But anyway, back to rapid fire. The rapid fire is something that isn't really necessary. It is better with rapid fire than without it, that's for sure. But the fact that you lose gunfights because you ran out of ammo and your clip is empty, and then the added recoil if you're spraying from a distance, can be kind of a downfall as well. So I wouldn't recommend running it with rapid fire, which is something that I use on almost all the SMGs, because it really usually is a benefit, and that benefit usually outweighs the disadvantage of it. But here I don't think it does, because it is so good. I really want to try this with a silencer, which is something I haven't done yet, because a lot of times you get into their spawns like this and you start shooting people, and then obviously they see you on the map. So I think that would be worth trying. And I've seen the m.o.a.b videos that I've seen with this gun, and there aren't a ton of them. Everyone used the silencer on this, and they didn't use rapid fire either. So that kind of leads me to believe that the good players that have played this gun and played it well have kind of realized the same thing as me with the rapid fire, that it's not really a benefit, but the silencer definitely seems to be an advantage. So I'm gonna try that out again and probably give you an update here in a future video. But with this gun, the other thing that I find to be a problem with it is just the clip size in general. And you'll see here there's a lot of times where I'll get in a gunfight and I'll run out of ammo right at the very end of it. It almost feels like one or two more bullets I could kill somebody, and I don't do it. And part of that is just my accuracy is terrible. I'm just spraying from the hip, and so I go through a ton of bullets that way. But I think extended mags would be a big advantage, and so I think the combination I'm going to try with this is running it with the attachments proficiency with the silencer and extended mags, and give that a go and see how it goes. And I think it's going to be a pretty viable weapon. It's, like I said, not going to be the best SMG in the game. There's no doubt the MP7 is going to be way better gun just because of the range that you'll get with an MP7. But from a fire rate standpoint and the ability to kill quickly in close range, this is actually a pretty good gun. And so, you know, it really doesn't deserve all the hate that it gets. I don't really ever see people playing this gun. And part of that is just the way I play my play style. I really like to mix it up and play with different guns. I've probably played with every gun in the game now that I've played this year, and have some pretty decent time in every weapon. And I like to change it up. Even through a gaming session, through one night of gaming, I'll change up my guns quite a bit. Like, I'll go from an AA-12, and then I'll go over to the SCAR, and then I'll come back to the MP7, and then I'll go to something like this that's kind of out of the ordinary. I play support, I play assault, I play specialist. Although lately I've been playing a lot of specialist just because it's pretty nice to not have to worry about kill streaks, and the added perks are definitely a benefit. So I enjoy specialist, but you know, I think that all three are pretty viable there. So with this gun, you know, I don't know that scavenger is 100% necessary. I do have it on though, so it's something that I, you know, really didn't stay alive long enough to try it out. I think if you were trying to play a little more conservatively and trying to get some streaks, you'd probably want it. And the reload on this gun is really nice too. It's just real quick. You just kind of flip one clip out, flip the next clip in. And I'm not sure if the reload times are different on guns, but like the PP90 without sleight of hand, it just seems so slow. Just that belabored long, pulling the clip off and then putting it back on, just really seems like it gets you killed a lot. Whereas like this gun here, you just kind of flick the clip out, flip it around, and put another one in. And I am running sleight of hand here, so it does go really quick, but it seems like just in general the reload time is faster. Now, I don't know if that's just my imagination. Maybe they're all the same. I haven't actually tested that or taken a close enough look at it. So if you guys know about reload times, let me know in the comments below. I'd be curious to learn like if the reload times are different for every gun, or if they're actually the same and it's just the animation that seems longer than it actually is. And then certainly you can cancel your reload too, which is a really good tip. If you guys don't do that, it's certainly helpful. The way I do it is I actually just start the sprint animation, and so I'll hit the reload button, and then as soon as the bullets are full, or you'll kind of get used to it depending on the gun, you'll kind of know the point in the animation where the bullets have actually reloaded, and then you can just hit the sprint and it'll cancel the animation and let you start playing again. And that's a huge advantage in gunfights, especially when you reload when you're completely empty and you have to cock the weapon. That's when it really comes in the most handy, because you can really eliminate that cocking of the weapon motion completely just by starting to sprint. I think YY would do it too, but I'm just, the way I play, to hit YY in the middle of a gunfight wouldn't really be that practical, I guess. Some people are good at it. Really not something that I can do. So let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking about this weapon, and if you have any time played in it. I would say probably the majority of people haven't even bothered. And that's one of the things that I was watching an m.o.a.b video on this earlier, and he was actually, I think actually the first one to get it. He claims he was. I'm sure a lot of people claim they were. But he, you know, he was just kind of curious, like, why none of the big YouTubers or none of the really great players have m.o.a.bs with this gun. Well, I think the reason is they just don't bother to play it. I mean, if they hear that it's not good, or they play a game or two with it, they feel it's not good, they're just going to go back to their main weapons. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you certainly can't fault people for playing the guns they're the best at the game with, or the guns that in general are the best guns in the game. I don't fault anybody for playing that way. I, on the other hand, just like to play with all kinds of weapons, and you know, so that's my play style. So let me know in the comments if you guys have tried out this weapon or put any serious playing time into it. You know, I'm sure you've probably picked one up off the ground here or there, so you kind of know what it's like to shoot it, but just let me know if it's a gun that you've ever tried out and if you like it or don't like it. And then just one last thing to add about this weapon, you'll see me hip firing constantly with it. And in the previous game or two, the first couple games, I had the sight on it, and I was aiming down sight a lot, almost exclusively. And you know, I was losing probably more gunfights than I was winning, and it was kind of frustrating. And I kind of thought, okay, this gun's really not that good. But then when I started to hip fire with it, I was getting kills faster and getting kills at longer range. And I think part of the reason for that is the stability of it, because for me it's so much easier to control the bullet pattern at a long range than it is when I'm hip firing versus if I'm aiming down the sight. Because this gun fires so much and is such a small barreled weapon, the fire rate on the gun has a lot of recoil if you're aiming down the sight, and if you're aiming from the hip, it doesn't seem like it has that much recoil. So let me know if you guys have tried this out. I actually like it. I think I'm going to continue to play with it, and if I get a better game, I'll certainly post it up. So here are a few videos that you may have missed. On the left is my video from yesterday where I revisit the G36C. It's another weapon that I kind of dismissed off the start and have gone back and played, and I actually think it's not a bad assault rifle. So check that video out. And then on the right here is my 7th Prestige combat record. Something I do after every Prestige is just show you my stats. They're not mind-blowing or anything like that, but some people are interested and just kind of want to follow the journey here. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can click subscribe at the bottom. I do bring Modern Warfare 3 videos every single day. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the game.